What's up, everybody? Josh Armijo here. I hope everybody's doing good and well and stuff. I got an album review to do for you, and I'm going to be talking to you about the new album from the band Aries Kingdom, entitled The Unburiable Dead. This is released on Nuclear War Now Productions. Now, if you're not too familiar with this band, they are based out of Kansas City, Missouri, and the best way to describe the sound of this band would be a very historical, vitriolic, aggressive styling of both death metal and thrash metal. Yeah. This is one of those metal bands within the realm of the underground that has a lot of history and heritage behind it. Because prior to the formation of this band, two parts of this band were involved in probably one of the most important and influential bands of the early to late 90s. And I of course am talking about Order from Chaos. Just an incredible band with a near-flawless discography in its own right. Pretty much the trio of Mike Miller, Chuck Keller, Pete Helmkamp. Very much important luminaries to be involved in such a band like that. But once that band decided to just stop and call it a day, this new project was beginning to take form. A couple of really solid EPs were released in the early 2000s, and then moving on into 2006 we had their debut album with Return to Dust. Just some incredible stuff going on with that record. But then in 2010 I feel that Aries Kingdom had released their magnum opus with Incendiary. Another incredible record, but even far better than before. I mean, I love the ideas that Aries Kingdom bring with their music. I love their historical themes when it comes to their lyrics, the overall visual aspects when it comes to the artwork, the riff work, the bass tones, the frantic sort of drumming, the musical sounds. Just a really hard-working heavy metal sort of band, and they have a very strong work ethic behind them. In 2013 I even had the opportunity to see this band live, and they were phenomenal. They were fun from very beginning to end, and they had a lot of passion and dedication to their craft. The last time we had heard something from this band was in 2013 with their covers album called Veneration. It was a very interesting sort of cover album. They were doing songs from bands such as Slaughterlord, Mephisto, even some Dokken covers of all bands to choose from. They made that sound really awesome. The Tooth and Nail cover was really cool to listen to. But coming into this, there's going to be talks of a new album, but coming into it, there seemed to be a bit of a shake-up in the lineup. The band that was pretty much a four-piece now is -1. One of the other guitar players that were involved in this band had to step away due to some health issues. Hopefully in time everything will be better for him, and he'll be fully recovered. But that really didn't stop the band from continuing forward into making a new record, and now we're here with the third full-length from Aries Kingdom entitled The Unburiable Dead. It's 7 tracks, and it clocks in at around 45 minutes in length, and pretty much coming into this, if you are familiar with what Aries Kingdom have been putting out in the past, you're going to find some incredibly aggressive and heavy sort of music to be represented on here. It's a very good mixture of mid-paced stuff, fast moments, really incredible lead-ups, just a lot of great build-ups and momentum going on for a record like this, and it really makes me respect Aries Kingdom a great deal more when it comes to jamming this sort of album. The main story of this album for me is definitely Chuck Keller's guitar work. He is a very classical sort of metal guitar player, very intelligent and smart riffs all the way throughout. You hear that on songs like Ubique and Salient and Redoubt. Just some amazing guitar playing going on those songs. Very classically done. I love his style. I love his speed. I love the way he handles the riffs. It's almost very intricate sounding, the way he handles the playing of the guitar, and it really makes for some very catchy moments throughout this entire record. Going to a song like Demoralize, I would say that's one of my favorite songs on this record. Just the catchiness of the guitar playing going on there, it just really sounds awesome. The fast playing, the riffs, the solos, it's just a very complete sort of guitar performance going on here. When it comes to the bass tones, I think the bass guitar sounds really good too. More likely than anything, this is a record to showcase the guitar playing, but I think the bass gets the job done here very nicely. Not too loud, not too clear, but it still maintains a good balance all the way through. When it comes to the drumming, I'm noticing that the drumming feels a little bit frantic and all over the place, almost to the point where you can't even catch up with it. But I still think this drummer knows how to have a good time here and deliver a solid drum performance. Like I said, it does feel a bit all over the place, but I think that's the main intent of the record. Really good emphasis on fills and snare sounds. I love the way the snare is on this album. The drum fills sound good. The thrashy parts, it really does feel intense all the way throughout, but it's fun to listen to, and I enjoy that about this record. And when it comes to the vocals, Alex is a very aggressive frontman. He's got a really awesome sort of growl going on for him. I love the way he does his vocals here. Very good to listen to. Very well worded, very powerful. He grabs your attention and makes you want to listen to everything that he's saying. Once again, going back to the song Demoralize, he does some incredible work with that song. I can imagine that one particular song having some play in future live sets in the years to come, because I would think that song would very well go over with people. I think it's a really great song to listen to. Even going to the closing track of this album, Stulifera Navis, Armistice in League. It's like the longest song on here. It's like 10 minutes long. I think they do some incredible work with that song, especially when it comes to the vocals and the overall delivery of things. It's just a really hard-working sort of song. So overall, if you're a fan of Aries Kingdom, I would say give this album a shot. I think this is another really solid release that this band has put out. I don't know if I like this album more than I do Incendiary, but I still think this is another really awesome notch in a really hard-working discography from this band. So if I had to pick any favorite tracks, I would definitely have to say Ubique, Demoralize, the instrumental track Writhe, Fettered to a Corpse, and the closing track Armistice in League. I'm going to say that because I'm probably going to butcher the pronunciation of that track. But I'm going to leave you some links in the description box as to how you can get a hold of this album and listen to it. I will leave you to the Nuclear War Now Bandcamp page where you can stream this album in its entirety, hear it for yourself, and be your own judge as to whether you think it's worthy of being purchased or not. And I will also leave you to where you can purchase physical copies. You can purchase it directly from Nuclear War Now, and I will link you to the band's website where you can purchase it direct through them. It is very reasonably priced to own, and it is worth very much owning. There's also going to be vinyl versions in the future, Die Hard with a Flag, so keep an eye out for that if you want to own the new record on vinyl. So again, the album is The Unburiable Dead by Aries Kingdom. This is released on Nuclear War Now Productions. Go support this, and I'm going to give this a pretty solid 9 out of 10. Very entertaining and very heavy sort of metal release. So support Aries Kingdom, and if you've happened to have heard this album, let me know what you think of it and where you think it lies in their discography. So I'm going to conclude this review. Thanks a lot for watching. Thanks for checking out my channel, and until the next time, Army Ho out.